not putting it away.
Not yet.
Final walk of the day before we pick up and call it a day.
Call it a weekend.
Call it a weekend. It's almost 12 o'clock.
We don't have much to pick up.
No, we don't. The girls are back on the campsite a whole 100 yards behind us. That's one thing we do like about this campground is it's pretty small. So for us to take a walk without the kids, it's not like we're leaving them because they're only 100 yards away.
All in all, it wasn't a bad weekend.
No, it wasn't. Wasn't it? We went through a lot less propane than either one of us thought we would.
I'm grateful for that.
Right. I mean, we had a tank. When we got here, we had 2 brand new tanks in the back of the truck, plus a less than full on the trailer. And when I say less than full, it was pretty much full, but not quite. We're still on that tank. We haven't switched yet.
And considering we were in the mid to low 20s last night.
And I had the thermostat set for about 66, 67. I can't complain.
No, and yesterday, or Friday, when we got here, it was playing catch up.
Yeah, Friday, that furnace ran for a while because it had to heat the whole trailer up. Friday night, it probably ran more than it would have because it was still stabilizing the camper's temperature. Predator was flawless again. We ran it 13 hours yesterday, and that may sound excessive, but keep in mind, the blower on that furnace sucks the power. So it pulled those 2 golf cart batteries down significantly. And I can't complain.
No. It was cool this weekend.
Yep.
Wish it was a tad bit warm to spend a little more time outside, but we were in and out all weekend.
Well, the part that kept driving us in wasn't the temperature so much as the breeze.
Yeah.
That breeze yesterday was cold. And it wasn't that we weren't dressed for it or anything, it just... With it being bird season, we didn't want to do any hiking down the trails because
We didn't have
any
proper
orange.
attire.
We didn't have any orange with us, and we didn't have any orange for teal. So
That and it clouded up pretty quick too
It
in the
did cloud
afternoon, noon, which we knew it was going to. But
I mean, I'm sure you saw in the video, we managed to have a fire. Had a gorgeous sunset last night.
gorgeous sunrise yesterday.
It was gorgeous. All in all, it was a good end of the year.
Yes.
We'll get back to town. We'll drain and flush the tanks, drain the water. We'll make a winterizing video because I'm going to winterize this one different than the old one.
Yep.
And all in all, it was a good final week. It's time for the camper to hibernate for the season, which is always a bit of a sad day.
Yeah.
But really, winter is still probably my favorite time of year. Very close to fall. Don't get me wrong. Fall is it's practically a tie. But if I had to pick one, winter's my favorite. Bet you to our left here, there is all kinds of grouse. That is some thick young aspen. There is all kinds of blackberries and raspberries and ferns. They like that cover. I guarantee you there's grouse in there.
Oh yeah.
But this is pretty close to the campground, so they're safe here.
They
Because
are.
they can't hunt here. Because technically, this post right to our left here designates the beginning of the campground because it says USV area. You cannot hunt within 100 yards of a developed rec area. So here we are, the border of the developed rec area. So all of that young aspen
On both sides.
on both sides. There's grouse in there, I guarantee.
Oh yeah.
But you can't hunt it.
We've seen plenty of grouse feathers along the road.
Oh yeah. We flushed one yesterday when we were walking.
Yeah, we did. It was just outside of our hearing range, but we did hear it.
I do have a question for those of you that are still here, though. You may notice that we're kind of breaking a rule, and you've seen us do that before when the campgrounds aren't open. But the campground's still open. Come on, Teal. Here. We don't have Teal on a leash. Earlier this year, and I don't know that I agree with him, the Forest Service law enforcement told us that if your dog is on an e-collar, that counts as being on a leash.
What are your opinions on
Here's
that?
the remote. Teal is on an e-collar. What are your opinions on that? I don't know that I agree. If there was anybody else in this campground, Teal would be on a leash.
Yep.
But because we're the only ones on this 40-acre piece of property, I didn't figure it was worth it. And she's been enjoying her freedom.
I guess in my opinion, and I'm just going to throw this out there, you got to use your best judgment.
Your best judgment and your discretion. If there's others in the campground, you got to have the dog on a leash.
In this case, we're the only ones out here, and it's been that way all weekend.
There's been a couple of drive-thrus, and that's it. We have been the only ones. And it's been fun having the campground to ourselves.
Yes.
But it's also been a good end of the season.
Yep.
Technically, the Forest Service is closing the campgrounds Halloween, October 31st.
The last night you can camp, at least in our area,
Would be
is the
night of
30th.
the 30th. You have to be out the 31st, which
Yep.
really is fine because the 1st is Monday.
Yep.
I have mixed feelings on closing the campgrounds.
I do too.
Why can't I camp in the winter? If I want to hike in, don't maintain the road. That's fine. But if I want to park and hike the half mile in, why can't I?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. So that kind of bothers me. And that may be a future discussion that we have.
We dive into.
Is exploring why. Because from what I understand, pre-COVID, because none of these campgrounds had gates before COVID, they were never closed. They just stopped servicing them. They stopped cleaning the bathrooms, making sure there was toilet paper. They turned the water off, which the water's off here. Why close it? Because especially with the way things have been the last couple of winters, we could have camped, dry camped, mind you, just so that we don't have to worry about freeze-ups. We could have dry camped into December.
Into December, yeah.
So why couldn't we? Why are they closing them? I just don't understand that. But anyways, we're going to finish our last walk before teardown.
Thanks for joining us on our walk and our weekend.
It was a great weekend. We're glad you guys were able to join us. And before we let you go, I had one more thought. How would you guys like to join us in a virtual camping trip? I don't know what it would look like or how we would do it just yet. But it would be kind of fun maybe to have the periodic live stream from camp for, say, an hour while we're cooking.
There you go.
Or around our campfire. Doing chores. I don't know for sure how the chores would work because the cell coverage at Black Lake is horrible.
It is.
So live streaming from Black Lake, if I'm by the camper, it has some possibility, but beyond that,
Well,
no.
for the chores, we could just make a video and put it up right away, too.
And make a video and then OBS it.
Yeah, we could.
And go live.
And discuss the process.
Yeah.
There you go.
So down in the comments, let us know what you think about that idea. I think a virtual camping trip could be kind of fun.
It would be.
It'd have to be a series of live streams so that you could interact with us. That we could then compile into one long video afterwards.
Yep.
But I think that'd be kind of fun.
That would be.
And what would be really cool is if we're joined by other campers from other campgrounds.
Yes.
So we could have Sty joining us from his campfire, and we could have Tales of the Heartland, for example, joining us from
wherever they
are. And that could be fun, a virtual camping get-together.
That would be.
All right, you guys, that's all we've got for now. Take care, stay safe, ring the bell, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, you know the drill.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
See you later.